Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to tonight's top stories, let's take a look outside our weather window on this cloudy and boy, just downright chilly Veterans Day 2022. Even a little bit of ice fog out there today in some locations. This shot looking down at the Wenatchee Valley, and you can see some of that hazy, kind of foggy sky out there today, and it just didn't warm up, and our weather is a persistence forecast. We will warm up as we get into the upcoming weekend. We'll go from the low 30s to about 40 this weekend, dip down a little bit on Sunday, and then stay very consistent from 40 to 43 degrees through most of next week. And I'll have your complete North Central Washington weather forecast coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the news stories we're following for you tonight. A semi-fire closed Highway 97 about 2 miles south of the Big Y for almost 4 hours last night. And an East Wenatchee man is jailed and awaiting a possible 4.5-year prison sentence after he was convicted of assaulting a bouncer during a bar fight. But first, our top story tonight, a Thursday tally of thousands more Chelan County election ballots kept challenger Mike Morrison well ahead of incumbent Brian Burnett in the contest for Chelan County Sheriff. Morrison's 54% share barely budged as about 4,800 votes were counted. The distance between the two Republicans is now 2,249 votes to Morrison's advantage, with roughly 5,900 more ballots yet to be counted. A third round of votes are set to be counted Tuesday afternoon, the Chelan County Auditor's Office told us. The close contest for an open seat on the Chelan County Board of Commissioners narrowed further yesterday. Now just 143 votes separate Republican Sean Smith, currently in the lead at 50.2%, from Independent Ann Hesberg at 49.6%. Both candidates seek the District 2 Commission seat being left by Bob Boogert, another independent who defeated Smith by a similarly narrow margin in 2018 and opted to serve only a single term. In the race for an open judgeship of Chelan County District Court, Wenatchee Attorney John Volan maintained a strong lead over County Deputy Prosecutor Alan Blackman, 52.8 to 46.8%. The winner takes the seat now held by retiring Judge Roy Four. Just over a percentage point separates the two candidates for Chelan County Clerk, Independent Sandra Arechiga and Republican Marty Young. Arechiga, a naturalized citizen, has served as a deputy clerk in the office for 8 years and would be the first Latinx person to hold the office. Young is secretary of the Chelan County GOP Central Committee and a program specialist with the State Department of Social and Health Services. Meanwhile, in Douglas County voting, the Eastmont School District's $185 million bond issue continues to fall well short of the 60% supermajority it needs to pass. After a 4:30 p.m. ballot count yesterday, the question held just 51% approval among district voters. The district says the bond, which would cost an average homeowner about $325 more in property tax next year, is crucial to make needed repairs and security updates for Eastmont elementary schools and build a new transportation hub for school buses. Also, in the battle for Congress, Democratic Representative Kim Schreier claimed victory last night over her Republican challenger. She accumulated nearly 52% of the votes totaled so far to win a third term over Matt Larkin, a lawyer and former candidate for Washington Attorney General. Schreier campaigned heavily on project spending she was able to bring home through her support of the Inflation Reduction Act and other legislation. She also vowed to keep abortion access legal, where Larkin voiced opposition to abortion rights, even to end a pregnancy resulting from rape or incest. In Washington's U.S. Senate race, veteran Senator Patty Murray will return to Congress for her 6th term as the third most senior Democratic senator in the country. Republican challenger Tiffany Smiley, seen as a great white hope for the GOP as polls showed her gaining on Murray in recent weeks, conceded that race on Wednesday. Well, in other news, a semi-fire closed Highway 97 about 2 miles south of the Big Y for almost 4 hours last night. The Washington State Patrol said 46-year-old Yariel Perez of Miami was driving the semi southbound about 6:30 p.m. when the brakes on the rear of his trailer caught fire. Perez was able to get out of the vehicle safely but was unable to detach the trailer from the cab, and both became fully engulfed. The State Patrol closed down the Blewett Pass Highway and set up a detour on Campbell Road while firefighters extinguished the blaze. The roadway was reopened about 10:30 p.m. Both the semi and trailer were totaled in that fire. Well, an East Wenatchee man is jailed and awaiting a possible 4.5-year prison sentence after he was convicted of assaulting a bouncer during a bar fight. A Douglas County jury found 28-year-old Chase Allen Spiegel guilty of second-degree assault in a trial 2 weeks ago. Security video from the January incident showed Spiegel punching the bouncer and breaking his nose. He was previously convicted and served prison time for a violent 2016 assault against a girlfriend. Judge Brian Huber sent sentencing for Tuesday. Prosecutors are asking that Spiegel be sentenced to 57 months of incarceration. Well, when we come back, the state says too many trucks were using Valley Mall Parkway during emergency repair work on the Fred Meyer bypass, so they're shutting down an access point. The Wenatchee City Council voted for a mild increase Thursday in city property taxes. And we'll bring you all the sights and sounds of Veterans Day 2022. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
Welcome back. In another news, the state says too many trucks were using Valley Mall Parkway during emergency repair work on the Fred Meyer bypass, so they're shutting down an access point. This morning, the Washington State Department of Transportation closed eastbound access to Valley Mall Parkway from the roundabout off Sunset Highway. The detour the state set up has southbound traffic crossing the George Seller Bridge into Wenatchee and then looping back into East Wenatchee. WashDOT said using Valley Mall Parkway takes motorists more than 5 extra minutes, while using the detour over the bridge takes about 4 minutes. On Thursday, crews began repairing a failed storm sewer pipe on the Highway 28 bypass, with the closure expected to last into next week. The Wenatchee City Council voted for a mild increase Thursday in city property taxes. Starting next year, the average city taxpayer will see a 1% bump on their bill. City Finance Director Brad Posenjak says it's mostly a housekeeping measure as the city starts assessing its 2023 budget next week.
The City Council each year is required to adopt a property tax levy and report that or certify that to the county assessor. This year, the property tax ordinance that we have for you is the most simple that our City Council has seen for 2 decades. The last 20 years, we've had the regular levy and the bond levy, and then on occasion we've had accessing bank capacity. But this year we are just taking the 1% maximum, we only have the regular levy. We don't have the bond levy anymore. That was satisfied last year. And so we are just adopting the regular levy and just the 1% plus new construction as allowed by state law.
This is all built into our budget. These are the numbers you've
Yep.
used for budget adoption next Thursday. So yeah, I think the simple part of this is we're just taking the 1% plus new construction, which is all that we're allowed to take under the Hyman initiative in terms of increases. Obviously, the cost to conduct government is going up faster than 1%, but our property tax is limited to that.
Today is a day to honor and thank veterans of the armed forces, and as usual, Wenatchee did its part with the downtown parade and ceremony at Memorial Park. Here's some of the sights and sounds from this morning. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. But first, as we go to break, we'd like to recognize our veterans here at the NCWLIFE channel and our parent company, Local Telecommunications, for their service. A big thank you to all who served our country. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. A major motion picture that was partially filmed in the Wenatchee Valley will open in theaters November 23rd, including at Gateway Cinema in Wenatchee. Devotion is a Korean war drama focused on Navy fighter pilots played by Glenn Powell and Jonathan Majors. The movie also stars Joe Jonas. In January of 2021, the vintage fighter planes flew out of Pangbourne Memorial Airport and were filmed throughout the Wenatchee Valley, raising lots of interest and questions. In tonight's feature story, here is the official trailer for the movie, which, as you'll probably notice, has no shortage of familiar sights.
Ready, set, hit!
You the only person I ever met belonged in the sky. Just remember you belong down here with us too, okay?
Your commanding officer called you one of the best pilots he's ever seen. It must be hard being the naval aviator. Absolutely. The whole world's looking different.
Did you ever think that you'd be in a squadron with a colored aviator?
Lieutenant Tom Hudner. Jesse Brown. It's good to meet you.
We're taking a slight detour on the way home. Say again?
What are you gonna find out about your wingman cruising at 10,000 feet, Lieutenant? Put him in a little bit of trouble. Who knows? We might get a peek at who he really is.
The North Koreans came pouring over the 38th parallel.
Our guys need help, and we're up.
We knew this day might come.
Yet it doesn't make it any easier.
The most important thing is this. We bring everyone home.
Mistakes get us killed.
Can't tell you how many times people have told me to give up, quit, die even. One can't always do what you're told.
It's a mag!
If I did, I wouldn't be here.
What do you want me to do?
Just be my wingman.
The real battle in all of life is being someone that people can count on.
Show off.
That was pretty good.
It's good. Very cool, right? Let's take a look now at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Yeah, it was one of those days today. It felt like a midwinter day, didn't it? With temperatures only about 30 degrees out there today. Some of that ice fog over the Cascades and just a lot of cloud cover kept our temperature down. The freezing mark is the best we could do today. Unofficial high temperature at Pangbourne, 32, well below where we should be at 46 for this time of year. Our record high, 59 degrees, set back in 1990. 24 is where we started this morning, and that's still pretty cool for this time of year. 32 is normal. Our record cold, 13 degrees, set in 1985. 7.49, our precipitation still in good shape as far as that goes. And sunrise now 7 a.m. and sunset is at 4:29. Taking a look at our weekend, we'll start off with Saturday. Temperatures will warm up tomorrow, and with some sunshine, it's not going to feel too bad out there. Moses Lake and Ephrata 42, 41 for Quincy and Wenatchee, and then just a little bit cooler to our north and west, but still not bad. Generally, high temperatures in the upper 30s. As we get you to tonight, we'll see partly cloudy skies. This is what brought us the cloud cover today, and some scattered snow showers mainly in the Cascades today. We'll see lows tonight mainly into the mid-20s. Most of the shower activity will stay in west central Oregon from that system. On Saturday, it will drop all the way down to northern California. High pressure will build back up and over the Pacific Northwest, but it's cold underneath that high. Temperatures only around 40 for Sunday. Partly cloudy, still cooler than we should be seeing this time of year, with high temperatures to end our weekend into the upper 30s, maybe 40 degrees. And then kicking off our next work week, boy, nothing's going to change, that's for sure, as our forecast goes. Mostly sunny on Monday. High temperatures not too bad, slightly below normal in the low 40s. And we will stay that way as we get you into Tuesday too. Maybe a few more high clouds as an area of low pressure throws the first wave of clouds our way. Temperatures in the low 40s as I mentioned on Tuesday. For Wednesday, mostly cloudy skies. It will just feel a little bit chilly out there as we begin to see a system moving down from Canada. And it's a cold weather system, upper 30s for Wednesday. And then for Thursday, here it comes. It's going to move in, and we will see a chance for late day snow showers into Thursday night. High temperatures on Thursday in the upper 30s. And here we go by our evening hours on Thursday, a chance for another dusting of snow. Let's take a look now out that 7-day forecast, 24 overnight tonight. A little bit of a warm up. It won't feel bad tomorrow at 41 degrees, and we're going to stay that way through the weekend and into the early part of next week, even Wednesday and Thursday, 40 and 39 degrees with a chance for snow on Thursday. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy finally Friday. The Seahawks arrived safely in Munich yesterday as they prepare to face the Buccaneers in the first ever NFL game to be played in Germany. Coach Pete Carroll says that they practiced in Renton in the morning, flew all day, then practiced at Alliance Stadium shortly after landing.
This is like the longest day ever. However, everything's worked out great, and our guys in our organization is really honored to be here. It's a thrill to be here, and to know also that we're being received, so well that the German people really want to see this game and they're excited about it and all the build up for it and all that. We really feel like it's an honor to have a chance to play this first game at the Alliance Field and as well. So. They used to, we used to go to the Rose Bowl year after year, and they say, "Oh, you guys don't want to go to the Rose Bowl. It's no fun. You don't care. You'd rather do something else." Nah, these events are awesome, and it's like a bowl game in the middle of a season, and so we're going to make the most of it, and we're going to have a good time. We're ready to play football come Sunday, and hopefully keep things going on our end. But I don't want to make light of it. It's important. It's fun. And our guys are jacked. They had a blast out there today. So anyway, we're underway.
While some would view a 5,000-mile trip to Germany in the middle of the season a nuisance, Geno Smith says Seattle has embraced it.
Yeah, well, I think everyone on our team was excited, coach included. Everyone was excited. Definitely not a nuisance. Anytime you get to represent your country internationally, it's a big thing. And I liken it to being on, USA Olympic basketball or something like that, where you go overseas and you're playing your sport, but you're also representing your country and bringing new fans to the sport as well. I know that there's a big following out here, and we look forward to putting on a show for those guys.
Yeah, apparently there are quite a few 12s in Germany who will be attending Sunday's game. Quandre Diggs says he hopes they bring energy to Alliance Stadium.
I hope it's loud and crazy. I mean, I've watched soccer matches, so I hope they bring that type of energy. I might give me an interception. I might do me a soccer slide or something. So who knows? They bring the energy. I mean, we're used to kind of crazy atmosphere in Seattle with our fans. So, if they're doing anything like that, I mean, it's going to be really, really loud.
Personally, I could sit and listen to him all day. Going to do a soccer slide or something. Tampa Bay, Seattle. Kickoff 6:35 our time Sunday morning. The game broadcast on the NFL Network and on Cairo TV in Seattle. Well, the college football weekend for Northwest teams kicks off tomorrow at noon. Eastern Washington visits Montana on ESPN Plus at 12 o'clock. Washington State hosts Arizona State at 12:30 on the Pac-12 Network. Central Washington's at home in Ellensburg for its final game of the season against Texas Permian Basin. That'll be at 1 o'clock. The Big Tilt, number 25 Washington at number 6 Oregon. That kicks off at 4. That's on Fox. Well, the WIAA State Football Tournament begins tonight and tomorrow across Washington. Cashmere's first round game kicks off today at right now, as a matter of fact, in Woodland against La Center. Royal is home tomorrow at 1 o'clock against Cascade Christian. The Freddy Tigers are in Centralia today. That game underway as well for the State 2A tournament against WF West. Othello will host Washington tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Big Nine's only remaining team, Sunnyside, has a 1 o'clock kickoff tomorrow at Edgar Brown Stadium against top-ranked Chiawana in the 4A tournament. Richland, who beat Eastmont last week, plays at Highline tomorrow at 4 o'clock against Kennedy Catholic. Well, day 2 of the NCWIAA State 2B and 1B volleyball tournaments underway. Okanagan faced Brewster this morning in the consolation bracket after the Bulldogs and Bears went 1-1 on day one yesterday. Okanagan topped Brewster in the morning match 25-16, 13-25, 25-17, and 25-21 to advance. Bulldogs were to face Tri-Cities Prep for 7th or 8th, and there you see it. They did take 7th place by downing Tri-Cities Prep 3-0. Manson reached the semifinals after winning both its matches yesterday, but then fell to LaConner this morning 25-21, 15, and 22. Trojans were to face Colfax for 2nd and 3rd today. The State 1B volleyball tournament not kind to our local teams. Moses Lake Christian beat Columbia Adventist to get to the first round of the tournament, where they lost to Nacelle, then lost to Liberty Christian to drop out of the tournament. Waterville Mansfield and Idiot also were dropped from the 1B tournament on day one yesterday. Turning to the 1A tournament. There you go. Chelan beginning its quest to repeat as State 1A champions right now, as a matter of fact. Goats are facing the Bear Creek School in the first round. Win or lose, Chelan will face either Nooksack Valley or College Place tonight at 8:15. The State 1B, 2B girls soccer tournament resumes tomorrow. Tenasket faces St. George's at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. That's at Union Stadium in Spokane. Okanagan will face Cle-Elum-Roslyn in the Apple Bowl tomorrow. That kicks off at noon. Prep Bowlers season got underway yesterday with a Central Washington invite at Lake Bowl in Moses Lake. Wenatchee came out on top with 2,122 pins. Eisenhower was second, Pasco third. Panthers high bowler Charlene Campbell with a 201. How about that? Seattle Kraken will try to make it 6 in a row tonight at Climate Pledge Arena. Seattle hosts Minnesota tonight at 7 o'clock on ESPN Plus and Hulu. The Kraken enter today's game at a 5-game winning streak, currently third in the Pacific Division behind Vegas and the LA Kings. Winnipeg comes to Seattle on Sunday to wrap up the weekend. That game at 5 o'clock will be broadcast on Root Sports Northwest. Also, the Wenatchee Wild back on the ice at home tonight in the first of 3 consecutive home games at the Town Toyota Center. Victoria comes to town for Proud to Be an American night tonight, sponsored by Stetner Construction Group. $5 beers, by the way, throughout the game. Puck drops at 7:05. Tomorrow, Military Appreciation Night presented by CMI Orchards as the Wild host the West Kelowna Warriors. That game starts at 6:05. First round, the first 1,000 fans will receive a free drawstring bag. In addition, all veterans and military members get in for free. You can go to WenatcheeWildHockey.com for more information on that. Also, I should mention, too, that swimmers locally for Wenatchee and Eastmont and Moses Lake all at the King County Aquatic Center for the State Swim Championships today and tomorrow. Wow. Busy weekend. Have a safe weekend. Be warm out there. We've been freezing here around here at the building. I don't know. We got to light a fire or something like that. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up Monday morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. On the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, Tom Nees, serve Wenatchee Valley. We're talking about baskets of blessings, all kinds of cool stuff on the agenda with you, Tom, isn't it?
I look forward to chatting with you.
Tom Nees, boy, I tell you, he's just glib, isn't he? You just can't get the guy to shut up. Tom Nees on the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley from Serve Wenatchee Valley. We're valleying all over the place, folks. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Dan. And that'll do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. Remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Happy Veterans Day. Thanks for being with us, and have a great weekend. News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCW Life channel.